Wait, so in the beginning of this movie, and I'm not going to go, like, too far into it, so just wait for me.
Okay, I'm waiting.
There is a fly at the beginning of this movie.
You mean the dragonfly?
Yes. But because of the debates with Mike Pence's fly and his hair.
Oh my God.
Was like, I was just like, and there's Mike Pence's fly going through the air. It was like I had just looked at fly memes all day, and I was like, oh my God.
There's so many fly memes. Like, I'm impressed with the internet.
I can't.
My favorite I've seen so far was there's like a little fly, and someone photoshopped a tiny microphone, like someone's arm, and like holding a tiny microphone, and the fly's like, I was just sick of all the lies. And
then this whole movie is about, like, aliens, and I don't know if you've seen close-up, but, like, his eyes were all bloodshot, and his face was, like, so translucent that I was like, is he an alien?
Oh my God, I love that conspiracy
And, like, Men in
theory.
Black need to determine if, like, Mike Pence is an alien.
Okay, we should start a thread on Reddit about that. I love that.
Men in Black discover Mike Pence is one of the many aliens.
Men in Black are real / he's an alien.
So that's the only thing I want to share, because, like, I was giggling like crazy watching it.
Oh my God.
Too much.
Sisters who've seen it. We are the sisters who've seen it. Sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, shooby-dooby-doo-wop, sisters, sisters who've seen it.
Hello!
Welcome back.
I said hello first this time.
I know, I love that.
I'm really taking ownership.
Ooh, really being a team player.
The listeners, Katie does 99% of the work for this podcast, so we all need to just give it up for her for that.
No, you've already shouted me out for that. You don't need to do that more. It's okay.
All right, well, I can't shout you out twice. I love you.
We can just pretend that there's secretly a lot of people helping us because we're so popular.
Wait, can we make up a name? Can we be like, we gotta tell Steve with the mic. He's the sound editor.
Yes, Steve. Edit that out better. Jeez. Where were you episode 1? Boy.
And then, oh my God. And then, like, Maria, she, is a social media person, and, like, Maria, let's go. Like, I love that. We should definitely make up people.
Can we find a real Maria to do that? Because that's
Any listeners out there that want to do promotions?
Pro bono.
That means for free.
Social media work, yeah.
We'll give you promised fortune in the future. No, it's not. I'm sorry. We don't. This is for fun. If you want to hang out, just hang out with us.
Sure. What she said.
This is terrible. I should have thought of this. This is why we need someone to promote it. I can't even promote a promoter.
All right, well, let's introduce ourselves for all those eager pro bono workers out there.
Okay.
So we are the Sisters Who've Seen It, the podcast where two sisters who are not movie critics look back on some of our favorites throughout the years through a psychological, ethical, and familial lens. I'm Katie.
I'm Bridget.
And here come the Men in Black. Boop, bop, beep, bop, beep, boo.
Oh, yeah, it's the Man in Black.
Oh, I thought you were going to
Does he say that? Does he say that?
Probably.
Doesn't he keep repeating that? He's like, yeah, Men in Black, yeah, Men in Black.
Yeah, definitely. I remember that music video because it's like him, a bunch of people dressed as Men in Black as background dancers, and then he's next to the alien that gets blown up in the beginning of the movie. He's blown up, people. Like, there's so many other alien characters we could have picked from, and you picked the one that's blown up. I don't understand.
Wait, I might have a theory for that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
So the makeup artist is this award-winning makeup artist. I think his name is like Rick Baker.
Okay.
I probably should have looked this up. Men in Black, makeup artist.
Oh, by the way, everyone, we're doing Men in Black.
Oh, sorry.
We kind of introduced that. It's fine.
Wait, is there also somebody that, like, keeps us on track?
we need cue cards. we need help.
Okay, Rick Baker, who...
Yeah.
You know, the guy Edgar.
Oh my god.
I mean, that and all the aliens, he won Academy Award for the makeup, which was, I have so many cool things about that, but to do the alien stuff, it wasn't all like CGI. So I think that might have been a person. And so like maybe like Will Smith for the video was like, we need one of the aliens. And Rick Baker's like, I retired. Cause literally after this film, he was like, I'm out. That was so intense. And like, I'm old and like, I'm ready to be gone. So maybe Will Smith was like, oh, who's left? And like, Larry's like, I'll try to do my makeup with like this person.
No.
I'm making this all up, but I feel like that's my theory.
Okay, I love that. Let's add it to IMDb and pretend it's real. That's how the internet works. That's super cool. What else did that guy do, Rick Baker?
He did...
Like, what other movies?
Let's see here. Oh, wait, he did The Nutty Professor. So you remember when Eddie Murphy did, like, all the characters?
Yeah.
He did all that stuff, because that was, like, the same year.
Did he do any, like, horror movies? Because usually there's a lot of special effects in those types of movies.
Possibly... Oh, wow. Okay. The Grinch.
Ooh.
So how good was Jim Carrey's stuff?
Yep.
Wolfman. Oh, wait. This is Rings. I don't know if that's The Ring. Oh, my God. I said it again. Are you okay?
I'm just waiting for that little girl to, like, come to the TV and be like, listen, what? Like, what do you want with me?
She's, like, older, smoking a cigarette. She's like, it's over. I'm over.
She's like, please move on.
Oh, my God. Oh, he did King Kong.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's
cool.
Super cool. Some sort of Frankenstein movie, but yeah.
I thought the effects were so awesome.
They held up.
Even the CGI parts, I didn't hate, and sometimes I do hate those, and I didn't hate them.
Not at all.
Thought they were so good.
Like, I know what you mean. The cockroach at the end, the big reveal, you're like, but it really wasn't as bad as you thought for, like, a 1997 movie.
Yeah, but a lot of the aliens, I mean, some I think you were like, oh yeah, that's, like, CGI, but then some I wasn't sure of. Like, the little, with the coffee, the little bug thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were. They liked coffee. that's the best way I can just, you know, everyone knows. They, like, I don't know if that was CGI because they weren't moving around a lot, but it also didn't look super CGI. And I was like, wait, is this, like, real? Or is it a mix? Or is it, I don't know. But it was really cool.
I'm looking that up right now. I'm looking up mini aliens and
well,
black.
We should also do a little synopsis for our listeners.
So, I don't know if I found that one, but I found the mini alien that was in the head.
That one was amazing, too.
That was like a puppet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
It's insane.
Okay, yeah. Synopsis.
Do you want me to go first?
Well, typically, Kate, the format is whoever gets picked for goes first.
So that's me.
That's you.
It's me. Okay. So, summarizing, not my strength. Let's see.
I disagree.
Well, because I just talk forever. I get a little just too detailed.
Wait.
Okay, I got it.
Real quick, listeners, we do this over Zoom.
Oh, God.
And Katie typically...
You're gonna tell them?
Katie typically, like, writes her name, like, Katie with an E or whatever it is. And today she's Miss... Oh, I can't say your last name.
No, that's just because I changed it for work today.
I know. It's, like, hysterical. You're, like, so official on Zoom. Sorry, continue.
I thought you were gonna bring up the fact that I'm wearing a towel on my head right now.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, well, they can't see that, so no one will know, and now they all know, so here we are.
I think you exposed yourself, but all right. Okay,
oh, dear.
All right, what do you got?
Okay, so this movie is very clear-cut sci-fi, and basically you have this secret organization of these people called the Men in Black, who their job is to keep the secret that aliens are all across the world, and I guess they're like the alien police, but not always, and like it seems like a very broad range of job description, responsibilities, if you will. So, yeah. So, basically, you kind of get introduced to them, and you're like, oh my god, aliens are real, and then these people, like, work, and then they'll, like, go and erase people's memories if they see the aliens, so they're kind of trying to keep this status quo so everybody doesn't go crazy. And then, we've got Tommy Lee Jones, who's amazing in this movie.
Oof, amazing.
And he had a partner who was much older, and then the partner was like, I'm gonna retire right now. Tommy Lee Jones is like, definitely. And now he needs a new partner. We need a new person. So he kind of, I guess, gets hooked up with Will Smith, who was a actual cop, right?
NYPD.
Yeah, because Will Smith basically came across this, what he thought was a person. It's an alien, because everyone's aliens in this movie. And Tommy Lee Jones, like, questions him. He's like, wow, you were able to run down that guy. That's so impressive. You know, whatever. Let's go see if you can point out the gun that he used and stuff. So then they kind of talk, and I guess Tommy Lee Jones, in his own special way, is like, I'm gonna recruit you, but, like, I'm also gonna erase your memory. So that's confusing. So he does both of those things, which is weird. And then Will Smith kind of goes and, I want to say, like, auditions for this, because it felt like it was like an audition performance. It was a weird job interview. But basically he gets picked, and then he's like, oh snap, now I'm a man in black, and now I gotta erase my identity, and now I gotta go fight the aliens. And all while this is happening, there is an evil alien who is a bug. That's what they call him.
We got a bug.
He's a bug. And he takes over the body of this, like, farmer who is Vincent D'Onofrio, which is so hysterical. He does a great job in this movie.
Fantastic.
It's so funny.
He's incredible.
And then, so he is, like, kind of looks like a person, but, like, a really weird person. And basically the bug is there because he's trying to find this other alien who is also disguised on the planet, who has a, like, solar system?
Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. That's the term they used. The galaxy. So he's trying to find that, and he's trying to assassinate this guy, and then the Men in Black get involved, and they have to stop the bug, and, like, find the galaxy, or else the world's gonna blow up, and all of that, like, happens very quickly. And it's really funny, and the effects are insane, and I actually think Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones should be in more movies together, because they're so good.
Oh.
They just have good chemistry.
I was gonna say it was the chemistry of the calm, cool, collective veteran with the, like, eager, cocky new guy that, like, doesn't want to be treated like the new guy. And I mean, watching it, how many years later? Like 13 years later.
Yeah.
It was just as good, if not better. Like, I was like, whoa. Because think about, like, how many of these movies get dated with dialogue where we're like, oh, God. It was great.
It was so good. There were parts in this movie where I was like, ugh, why is this happening? Like, or why is that happening? And I would be like, start to get a little annoyed and start to get a little nitpicky. But then the movie would, like, show a reason why they said that or did that. And there was literally just, like, a purpose for everything. And I was like, oh, wow. Like, I really like this movie. And I knew I liked it. Like, it's fun, but, like, I don't know. Sometimes you rewatch things and you see a lot of weird stuff that you're like, huh? But I didn't feel that way with this movie.
I didn't feel that way at all. I think your synopsis was perfect. I can't think of, besides just their chemistry, I can't really think of anything else. I mean, I feel like the thing that they kept trying to, like, get across is a person is smart, people are stupid, so we need to be this, like, silent, under the radar agency, so they have to literally, like, erase their identities. And as a result, you can get all the power and technology in the world because they get it from other galaxies and planets. And most of the aliens that come to Earth are just trying to, like, live their life and like, chill out. They're basically, like, you know, coming from, in theory, like, another country. Yeah. And I thought they, like, played that theme a lot, which was really fascinating.
Well, the first scene of the movie is like, oh, look at these aliens. It's a play on words, everyone. Oh my god. I
was like, this holds up. That's so sad.
Yeah.
But it's also hilarious because Tommy Lee Jones, what were they, like, sheriffs?
I felt like they were border control, is my understanding.
Border control stops a van and, you know, basically is like, they can't come into the U.S. What was there, like 10 different people from Mexico? And then Men in Black show up and they're like, we'll take it from here. And he was basically like laughing at him. He was like, yeah, go protect us from those aliens.
Yeah, oh my
I was
God.
like, that is so real right now. That is, like, way too real that, like, the Trump world has been like, scary aliens. And you're like, what?
They're coming here in their vans and they're taking our jobs. Just hate them.
And little do we know, from our earlier theory, Mike Pence is the real alien that has potential to ruin the entire Earth.
Right, and nobody's complaining about that one.
Nobody cares about that.
Ugh.
And he could have been a bug if, with our theory, a fly was stuck on his head. Okay, I will stop. It's just the timing. I'm so sorry.
The very first spoken line of this movie is the truck driver goes, "God damn bugs," because the bug hit his windshield. And you're like, uh-oh, aliens and bugs. That's what we're working with. Got it. Got the message. Yeah, I mean, it was a very good introduction, I feel like, because it's not like, it didn't start off showing you like, oh, that's just an alien and like they're not even disguised or like whatever. They kind of had the reveal of, we think it's a person, JK, he's just he's holding a person head on a stick. It's
so good.
Funny. Oh my God.
That was so good.
I loved it. And then Tommy Lee Jones is like holding the head as he's talking to the alien, like, "Mikey, what are you doing here?" And the head's just like next to him. Oh my God, it's so good.
Tommy Lee Jones had fantastic deadpan. Like, he didn't crack once, and I imagine him to like not even laugh as they're shooting it. I imagine him to be like the most serious person ever, except for the one scene where he like lets loose. Do you know what scene this is?
Is it where he's singing in the car? And he's like upside down and he's like, oh my God.
To Elvis.
No, Elvis. Oh God.
And Will Smith, I read that they had all these other people up for that role that Will Smith played. And so Steven Spielberg and I think Barry Sonnenfeld, if I'm saying that right.
That sounds like something.
Yeah, he did, I think the Addams Family. Oh, someone's got to fact check that. But
I love the Addams Family.
Basically,
okay,
like, their wives wanted Will Smith. And it was like, Will Smith's hot, like Independence Day, like aliens. And like, they were like, oh my God, it'd be great. And Steven Spielberg wanted someone else. And I heard that like Barry sabotaged the dinner. I think it was like Chris O'Donnell. He like sabotaged the dinner to make Chris O'Donnell be like, yeah, I won't play it. And then they like hired Will Smith. But now that you see the movie, it's like that physical comedy that Will Smith can do, just like a Jim Carrey can do, but Will Smith makes it like cool.
Yeah.
Was perfect for this movie. It was so believable.
Wow, I'm so glad Chris O'Donnell was not in this movie because that would just not, I don't think that would have been good.
It would have been good.
Yeah, well, he just, I don't know, he just was they both just were very believable.
Yes.
And clearly they were both like taking the roles seriously. Because I don't know, I mean, was this even rated PG-13? This probably was one of those where it's like, we're PG, who cares?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, we're for kids. Because there wasn't like cursing, right? There wasn't gore or violence per se. I mean, people died, I guess.
The Edgar was scary. I mean, I could see being PG-13 like that. Yeah. First of all, that guy Rick Baker, 6 hours of makeup every day to make that dude look like he did. And then I read things like they glued his eyelids, and like the pain that actor went through is insane.
Have you ever seen him in any other movies, Vincent D'Onofrio?
I know. I need to like see what he looks like. What would I know him from?
He was in Full Metal Jacket. He was Private Pyle, who's the one who shot the sergeant.
Oh, I don't know.
And then he was also in, did you see Jurassic World? He was the bad guy in that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's much older in Jurassic World, but like,
yeah.
He just like, I don't know, he's good at playing like crazy, but this was very like physical comedy, and I thought he was great. It was so funny. And it wasn't cheesy either.
It was not cheesy. And his like walk, you know, that like, because he had a lot of physical like acting. I read that he was like watching basketball players and saw all their like knee braces, and he like bought all these knee braces and like locked them. So like it made his body kind of contort. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I know. I was like, so serious with technique.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I was a little on the fence about with believability is Tommy Lee Jones, you're like, all right, whatever. He erased his identity and this is his life now. But he gives Will Smith like 12 hours to be like, hey, so you're not going to exist.
Yep.
We're going to burn your fingerprints. We're going to like delete your social security for this life. And he's like, hey, is it worth it? Tommy Lee Jones is like, yeah, if you're the right person. I could not make that decision in 12 hours or whatever that was.
No, definitely not.
And then he like casually never has a moment where he's like looking off and I'm like, oh, I miss my family. Or he never there wasn't a backstory, like he doesn't have a family. Like I kind of was just like, is that really that believable?
Well, I was going to say, like, the movie didn't really let us get to know him in that respect, but I guess it was just to kind of get the ball rolling with, we need men in black, plural, not just Tommy in black. We need both of the men in black, so let's get a move on, right? But also, you kind of saw him, like, he worked at the police station? And there's that one scene where his police colleagues are like, oh, wow, you, like, did your job. Wow, way to go. But like also we're questioning you. And I was like, what is this scene? I don't understand what that was. They're mad at him because he chased down the guy that no one else did, but then the guy jumped off the building.
Yeah,
we're mad about that?
Well, which is so ironic in these times, but like I think it was because the guy jumped off the building and they were like, what really happened? And I'm like, so you think he tried to chase someone and push him off a building?
Yeah, right. He chases him for like 50 blocks and then he's just gonna kill him?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
That's a lot of effort for that.
But that was a really impressive... Wow, Will Smith is like... He's always been athletic, but if I was him, as I got older, I'd be like, look, kids, look what I used to do. I was amazing.
I jumped onto a moving bus from an overpass, which I think he really did, because that did not look fake.
That was incredible. And then you know what his line was?
It's just be raining black people in New York.
Which I was like, when we think of Jurassic Park with their like one-liners that we wanted to end, I was prepared for the one-liners to be bad from Will Smith, and they were fantastic.
That's how I felt with this whole movie. I kept being like, something's gonna be cheesy, something's gonna be lame, something's not gonna be funny. No, everything was good. The only kind of cheesy part that I noticed, and I think this was only a scene for like probably the trailers, because people just, aren't creative to just use what they gotta force things, was the part where after he had his identity erased and Rip Torn, who was the guy.
He's great.
First of all, can we just talk about, his name is Rip Torn. Like, did he change that?
I don't know.
What came first, the rip or the tour? I don't know. Anyway, sorry, distractions. But, like, he's doing the whole monologue about Men in Black as, like, Will's getting his identity erased. And then when Will's all done, he puts, like, the glasses on and he goes, "Know the difference between you and me is?" And then it's, like, zoom into his face and he's like, "I make this look good." And you're like, okay, so, like, that was the only part that I was like, could have done without.
But, like, I still kind of loved it. I was like, yeah, you do. You totally do. But wasn't he? He was, like, pretty hot in this movie. I was like, wow, I forgot about, like, hot Will Smith, because we just see, like, older Will Smith now, I mean,
he's still pretty good looking. I don't know.
He's a good looking man, but I wouldn't look at Will Smith now and be like, he's hot.
I also feel like recently there was some controversy with him and a younger girl.
Well, I was gonna say his wife with the red table talk, where they like high-fived and said "bad marriage for life." Did you see that?
I don't know. I don't know the details, so I won't try to speculate.
Well,
but
he was super hot in this movie. I was like, wow, I forgot. Like, what a looker.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Rip Torn's real name is like Elmore Sproul Torn, and his nickname is Rip. So that must be a
what
thing.
Even. That is so weird. That sounds like a wrestling name.
Okay, so the recruitment phase of this job that technically Will Smith already had.
I felt like it was a very weird audition / because it didn't feel like a job interview. It felt like, show us your stuff. But really, the tests we're giving you aren't the actual tests. And you're like, okay, this is like very psychologically confusing. What part of the test was, how do you write on this packet of paper when you don't have a table, but also there are multiple tables in this room that you could use, but nobody does that? What?
Well, wait, so did you like hate it? Because I loved that scene.
No, it was funny, but I was like, what is wrong with these other people? Like, was it supposed to be that they just...
They're followers.
Yeah, like, was that the point? It's so weird.
I got the vibe it was about, like, because the part you didn't learn until later is you have to erase your identity.
Yeah.
And all of, like, the military, that whole, yes, sir, it's like, it takes someone that's a different thinker to be open to that. So I found, like, the contrast to be really cool, you know, and then they're doing the gun test, and then he just, he just shoots the little girl in the head with the quantum physics book. And as he explains it, I'm like, this still holds up. This totally makes sense. I think he's right. And I love that Will Smith is just never fazed by Alien.
Oh my God.
It's hilarious.
That's how I felt too, because I was like, okay, he's basically just being the most understanding person that you could ever possibly be in this scenario, where he's just like, wow, no, that guy's just working out. Wow.
This one's sneezing.
Look at that guy. He's just blowing his nose. And you're like, what? By the way, I know I always bring up Six Flags and or other places.
Or your most favorite TV show of all time, Take a Drink.
No, I'm not bringing that up. Not bringing that up.
Okay.
Not related this time. But I did go to Universal Studios in Orlando, and they have a Men in Black ride. And it's basically just like that shooting scene, except you're in like a little car going through a bunch of, I don't know, like rooms, and you have a little gun, and you get to shoot the aliens, and you get points. It's so fun.
That sounds really fun.
Straight up what it reminded me of.
Wait, is there like a little girl holding a quantum physics book? Because that would be brilliant.
I don't remember. And there were not a lot of people on that ride, because I kind of feel like not a lot of children know about this movie. Because
yeah, it's like older.
1997. Even Mary was like, I've never seen that. And I was like, we're going. Get over it. You're gonna go on it and like it. So... yeah, but I love that, because you're right. He just was very chill about the cardboard aliens. I mean, he was, I think when he actually did see the aliens in person, he was a little more like, he was surprised, but he wasn't like, ew, or like, ugh, get away. It's scary.
Right as I was on the verge of being annoyed with, wait, Tommy Lee Jones is just going to tell you that there's like an alien agency? Because he was like, and I'm like, wait, is he
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
I was like, wait, is he like really just casually accepting this? And then he started to kind of make fun of him, and Tommy Lee Jones then opens the door to the coffee room where the little aliens are, and then you see Will Smith. Thank God they did that, because it would have gotten like awkward if he just went with, like, I was starting to get like kind of annoyed, like, are you just gonna go with this?
Yeah, if he just blindly was like, I accept everything you're saying with no questions asked.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I didn't realize, and I also might be not understanding this now, because I don't think I paid too much attention at this part, but when Tommy Lee Jones is doing that whole spiel about, and Roz, or not, it wasn't Roz. Where was I didn't listen at this part, clearly. I just was like, where he's talking about, like, how and when the Men in Black was created, and it was like, they met the aliens. What happened?
I want to say it was Queens.
Okay, right. So they met the aliens there, and then Tommy, there's like a picture of a guy holding up flowers to the aliens.
Yeah.
But then Tommy is like, yeah, there were a couple of us, and then a guy who just happened to be in the wrong place with flowers. But then he was the guy with the flowers. So is that saying that, like, he just stumbled into the Men in Black and then was like, now I'm going to adopt this as my job because I was here? Like, what?
Loophole.
Or was that all not a thing and I made that up?
You're right about all of it. The stumbling part, I don't know. I missed that. I missed if he stumbled on it or he...
Well, he didn't say he did, but he said a kid stumbled in. Oh, and then the reason I thought this and made this connection was because that scene where he is looking on the computer and like spying on the lady.
Yeah.
Will Smith is like, oh, wow, look at that, blah, blah, blah. And then he's like, oh, so you were the guy with the flowers who never made it to her. So that's, I think, why I thought that, where it was like, oh, you were going to meet her, but you ran into aliens, and then you you got a job at the same time. what a night.
Isn't that how we all get our alien secret agency
boy.
job? Just going to give flowers to someone, and little do you know,
Then you're adopted by the secret agent.
meeting an Artilian battleship master. I don't know.
Oh my god. So was this also, because this was another thing I didn't know until I saw it this time around, was this based off of a Marvel comic?
It was a comic. Was it a Marvel? I don't know.
I feel like I saw that, but I could also made that up.
I don't know. There is a comic. I don't see Marvel's attached to it. But yeah, this is based off of a comic.
That's cool. Because
It
I
is
was going to say, if
cool.
it was Marvel, I'm surprised we haven't seen other renditions of this.
Air Soul Comics.
Okay.
Bought out by Malibu Comics. Oh, which was then bought out by Marvel.
Oh, what the heck? Why don't we have Men in Black in the Avengers movies? Come on, people. There's plenty of aliens in there.
That would be so cool.
And Will Smith's just like, sup?
And he has that little cricket gun, and he just like shows up in the back, like all slick, puts on his glass. That would be so cool.
I love the scene where when he gets that and he's like, what was supposed to do this? And he's waving around, Tommy Lee Jones like, whoa! It's just so funny. Oh my god.
They're fantastic. Like, I would love to see them again.
Seriously, yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking of something else. Oh, I know what it was. In the scene as he was, again, applying to the job that he didn't really know, I loved when he just makes fun of the West Point guy.
The West Point, oh my god.
And I'm looking for the line right now. He's like laughing and he's like, oh, it's so funny. And he's like, this man is very excited and has no clue why we're here. And I'm like, that's like 50% of people in the room at all times.
Oh my god.
It was so good.
Well, it's true. He just like repeated what the guy said.
We're the best of the best of the best, sir.
Yeah. Oh my god. That's why I kind of felt like it was taking a jab at like government workers, right? Because the police were like incompetent.
Yep.
Except for Will Smith, but then he gets like,
Yep.
recruited. And then all these military officials.
Just sheep. And the border patrol is focused on the wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
They were a little elitist, if you will.
Maybe that's why this movie is really still holding up.
Yes. Also, what would you do, Kate, if I bought one of those egg chairs and I was like, please come sit in the egg chair and watch TV with me?
And take a test where there's no tables except for that one that's really heavy over there. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I mean, I liked that. I'm glad Will decided to join. You brought up this scene earlier, and this was really before the recruiting process. This is where I think Tommy Lee Jones convinces him to come to the recruiting thing, and he's talking to him, and they're at like a waterfront.
Yeah.
And the Twin Towers.
Oh,
were in
there's
the
so
background a
many
lot.
shots
I
of the
know.
Twin Towers. Yeah.
Really strange to see, but he does talk about the whole idea of like people are smart, or a person is smart, but people are dumb. And I wish I wrote the line down. I feel like
Do
I
I
might
have it?
have, but let me see. Oh, here it is. A person is smart, people are dumb, dangerous animals, and you know it. Yo.
And panicky.
Yeah, which like...
I know. And in a pandemic, like, was it really the alien bug? And like Men in Black, we need them back. Where are you? Men in Black, come back.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't be in the show if we had those guys around, I'll tell you that much.
This movie does well these big themes with a quick comment.
Yes.
One, the illegal aliens, right, with Mexico. The idea about, like, basically people versus a person, and the concept of, the bug at one point is like, you dumb humans, like, you think your life is so important, and you just stay willfully ignorant in your stupid little world, and he's, like, going on, and it's like, yeah, we don't really, I mean, I bet you, our sister, and, like, Neil, what's his name?
DeGrasse Tyson.
Yes. They'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, nobody cares about space enough, or, like, this is also like the climate problem, right? Like, it's hard for humans to, I learned this in grad school about, like, it's hard to convince people to pay for long-term improvements like roads because they don't get to see like an immediate fix or an instant gratification.
Yeah.
And then like Will Smith being like, I look cool, and like, they kind of make fun of him for focusing on the wrong priorities. Like, he's like, don't call me sport. I want to be serious. And Tommy Lee Jones is like, the earth is going to die in 8 minutes. Like, I don't care about your skills. Let's do this. You're you're like, wow.
No, I felt like it was the opposite because I felt like there were times where Will was like, "Ah!" Like, we gotta stop it because the Earth's gonna blow up. And then Tommy Lee Jones was like, Earth is basically always gonna blow up, like every day. He's like, just chill, it's gonna be cool, like we cool. And I was like, oh, what? But it kind of fits into that theme where it's like, you know, you guys think it's all about you, and there's kind of bigger fish to fry, and stop thinking about yourselves type deal. It's very interesting.
And how about how Men in Black claims that huge technology advancements like Velcro actually came from aliens from another planet?
Yeah, right?
And so Will Smith is like, how do you fund this? And they're like, oh, we hold a couple patents, you know, like Velcro.
You're
And
like, what are those? I would like to know what name they use for those patents because y'all don't have identities. So what are we doing to trick the government?
Well, I guess one of them has an identity.
I don't know what's happening.
And his name is Rip Torn. No kidding.
Rip Torn. It all goes back to Rip. Ripping and torn along. I loved when they were in the hub and we're seeing all the aliens and we're seeing the Men in Black and that part where he's getting a little tour and then they see the twin aliens and they're like the computer people because what? They're the only ones with a lot of arms? Like, do you think they wanted that job or did they want to be like in the field? We'll never know. I feel like they got a little typecast personally. I don't know why I thought
you're
of
like
that.
alien sympathizing right now. It's amazing.
I was like, wait, guys, like, how we doing? Is this where we want to be? What's our 5-year plan? Oh, boy. Yeah,
Oh
but
my
that
God.
scene was funny where they're just like, look at all the alien. We can see all the aliens on this screen. Who's filming this? Number one. Number two, did the aliens consent to this? Because that's another issue. There's some privacy stuff going on. And number three, there's like a billion celebrities that they just like put up there.
Wait, did you see the
Sylvester
one?
Stallone. Yeah. It's like Rocky would not approve.
Wait, hold on. You were literally just claiming Men in Black is like the Google and Facebook for aliens due to its non-consent over data collecting.
Data mining?
Data. That's like the funniest thing ever to think about the aliens being like, oh, that Men in Black, they're always watching us without our consent. Like,
I don't understand why are some aliens being filmed in real time all the time, but then other aliens, we don't know where they are, and then we have to find them. What? I don't know what's happening.
I don't know what's happening either.
These damn Men in Blacks are coming in, and they're being aggressive, and I gotta go.
Can we talk about Air, and his wife? She goes, Air.
Oh, I was like, wait, like we're breathing?
I
What
can't
do you
say
mean?
it. You know, she's like, my husband.
Egger.
Egger.
That lady is actually from our area in New Jersey.
What? Really?
Yeah, because her dog used to go to the doggy daycare I worked at.
Oh, that's so fun.
Yeah.
She was great.
Yeah, she's very funny. Her accent.
I also loved that, because it happened to her, and this is when it started, with the flashy memory stick.
Mhm.
Every time, like, Will Smith was very mad about Tommy Lee Jones just making up terrible memories, and so he kept, like, trying to empower women through their, like, memories, and he was like,
Yeah.
you left him, you're better off without him,
Right.
but you gotta hire a decorator, and I was just like, oh my god, this is the best ever.
I know, he was very empathetic. We need more of our space police to be empathetic, in my opinion.
100%.
So, appreciate
I
that.
bet we have space police. I'm just gonna say that right now. I
We
bet you
probably
there's
do.
space police.
Listen, there's a lot of people who genuinely believe that there are Men in Black type characters.
100%.
Yeah, like just kind of in secret, and how are you to know? And yeah, I don't know.
Wait, let's make a pact.
Okay.
If we get asked to do this job that we're not qualified for, I want you to take it. And I will take it too and erase our identities. But we should hide, like, something in a certain place so we know that we didn't just, like, leave, but, like, we went off and became women in black.
Wait, how would we remember where we put that thing.
We should talk about it right now.
Memories.
We should like hide something.
Like a time capsule.
Yes, we should put like a time capsule.
Do it in the backyard.
Well, I'll put something around Bear's neck that's like a new collar, and you have to put something around Penny's neck, and that will be our signal that we went into.
And then we use very cryptic ways to know what those are, just like how the movie, instead of using normal people words like, hey, the galaxy is in a tiny ball hanging from my cat's collar, little alien man is like, I'm gonna be super cryptic. Goodbye. And why can't we just say what we want to say, people? I don't get it.
Okay, back to our fantasy world. We should say Orion's belt on Bear's collar and Penny's collar, and that's the end of that fantasy.
So confusing. Oh, God.
Okay, you're right. That was pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Because it could have just been like, the cat has it, and then we were tracing the cat, because the cat could just be a cat and like go around New York. I'm with you. But then how would you get the woman involved? And she was kind of...
Well, she had the cat, which like, I don't... Like, you're just bringing a cat with a dead guy? Again, that was like the police. He was like, whatever, bye. I'm like, wait, where's animal control?
Do you know what? I think his line was, this cat has a problem. And she said, what problem? And he goes, your problem. I was like,
yep, exactly.
You're the worst.
That's our taxpayer dollars is paying for that nonsense sarcasm. I'm over it. I'm over it. Take the animal to a shelter.
Wait,
okay.
One of the scenes that I giggled like a little tween was when Will Smith was delivering the baby, the alien baby.
Oh my God.
And he was like flying over the car. He is so funny. Like his physical comedy is so funny.
Yeah. And like he's just in the background of that scene. He wasn't even, that's what made it funnier, I think, is that he wasn't supposed to be the focus. You could have focused on Agent K talking to the alien guy, but then you also wanted to focus on that going on because it was
so
like,
good.
The way they film that, it's like Agent K pulls over the guy.
Yes.
His name was Reggie. And he's like, hey, Reggie, what's up? And like, what's going on? He's like, oh, we're just like going out of town. He's like, oh, why? I mean, like, that still seems a little fishy, Reggie. And then he goes, well, it's my wife. Look. And then we turn 2 inches. And then we see a woman, like, in heavy labor. And then Agent K's like, oh. I'm like, wait, did you not notice? Was she just, like, holding her breath, being quiet? I don't understand.
That was a bad scene. It was a 4-door car. Like, it wasn't a big, long car. They're like, what's back there?
She was right there. Yeah, not even, like, 2 rows behind. She was right there. It was so real. Oh, my God. But that was funny. And again, that little alien had really, that was so cool looking. A little practical effect alien sucking its little tentacle thumbs. Then
it throws up on Will Smith.
So cute!
I wrote this throughout my notes, but Will Smith has the best nervous energy vibe. Like, he did nervous energy really well. Mm-hmm. To the point, if you remember, Tommy Lee Jones is like, listen, you're too tense. You know, you gotta figure out a way to enjoy your work. You know, as they're like blasting in the car, Will Smith's like falling all over the car. Yeah. I mean, I thought these would come off cheesy watching it so many years later, and it was like perfect. It was a perfect movie.
That's what I'm saying.
Wow.
Like, this might be a secret masterpiece, and like no one's giving it credit.
100%. I think it should deserve more. And typical 90s, the female, what was her name? I forget. It was like...
Ooh, I have absolutely no idea. That's a great question. I think I just called her the morgue lady.
The morgue lady. I said the same thing.
Yeah.
She had like some stupid lines that you're like, okay. But then they ended with her being in the Men in Black, and you were like, that's right. That is right.
Well, you gotta remember, Bridge, that's the recruitment process. It's just whoever happens to stumble on the scene, whether we're qualified, healthy, capable, or ready, then they get adopted, and now they have to work there and give up their identity, so...
Okay, one thing I really did not understand that at the end, Tommy Lee Jones is like, I was actually training you the whole time. I was like, no, you weren't. What?
No, he wasn't. I know. It was like the same thing as the other guy. The other guy's like, well, now I'm gonna retire right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. It's just, we're going to do it. And Tommy's like, I knew it. And then Tommy does the same thing. He's like, now I'm going to retire right now. And you're like, wait, okay, can you just do that? Like, anyone could just dip out when they want?
And then, like, what do? Do you, like, get your fingerprints put back on and, like, get a social security? Like, who's doing this in the system? What's the exit interview like?
Oh my, I know.
Okay, her name is Linda Fiorentino.
The actress or the character?
Actress. Dr. Laurel something.
Did you ever see Dogma, which is by Kevin Smith?
Yes.
She's in Dogma. Yes. She's the main woman.
Wait, I'm seeing other characters, and I'm seeing Frank the Pug.
He was cute. That was another good effect. I mean, I know obviously that was not practical. That was definitely like CGI, but like it didn't look stupid.
It did not look stupid. And watching Tommy Lee Jones shake a pug on the streets of New York while Will Smith tries to pretend it's normal was amazing.
Will Smith goes, they're rehearsing a ventriloquist act. So good.
It was so good.
Oh my God.
It was so good. Ugh, I loved it. I loved it so much.
The bug was scary, though.
I think that's like the PG-13 rating. He was pretty scary.
He was scary when you saw him. I didn't always feel totally afraid of him as a person. I mean, he did like kill a bunch of people, I guess.
Yeah.
He killed a bunch of people now that I think about it. But like, I don't know, just like that one where he's still the guy, but he opens his mouth and it's the little like feeler things. That was so creepy.
Yeah. Oh, wait. I also read that no cockroaches were hurt in the filming from, like, you know, an animal rights group or whatever. Because there was, like, a lot of cockroaches in this film.
Do you think that's because Mike Pence, the alien, was like, if you one of those bugs, I will blow up your planet? What do you think?
100%. Which, by the way, was such a good characteristic of the bug, that squishing a bug was like squishing his community, his family. Yeah. And I loved that scene with Will Smith where it's the end scene. The bug's definitely going into the second spaceship. You lost. Yep. You didn't do it. You lost. And then he just steps on a cockroach. You're like, what a great ending. It was so good.
I would have never thought of that.
Never.
I would be like, look, I found some bugs. Look at it.
Never.
I was like, no, I'm out.
This is like Jodie Foster when she was like doing the like Sudoku cryptic and she was like, the head is in the garage in this state. I'm like, how did you think to do that?
I did not. I don't think I would have passed the initial recruitment test though. I would be one of the people where I'm like, guys, I'm just like walking through the woods and like, I don't want to be here in this weird alien situation. Please don't recruit me. Oh, God.
And in that scene, Will Smith goes, is this your auntie?
Yeah.
Is this your uncle? And he goes, so you all look alike. I was like, oh, that's what's up. And he goes, big old bug's got a soft spot. I was like, oh my God, you're so good.
I know. I wonder if he ad-libbed some lines, because I feel like he would be good at doing that, you know?
Although the like moment that they're in the agency and he's like, we have an Archillian 24 hours. And Will Smith's like, what's that? And then he's like, an hour or something like stupid.
Yes.
And then they blast to the area in Queens, whatever. And they have 8 minutes and they just like casually take like, what, 30 minutes? Like, let's be honest, right?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so there's like not a lot of sense of urgency, but like, okay.
Yeah. That's always like a thing in movies where I feel like if there's ever a countdown, it's never accurate.
Yeah. And
then you're kind of like, why are we doing a countdown?
Yeah.
Why? Yeah. Well, see, at the end though, that was one of the parts where I was like, oh, I'm annoyed. Like, I'm really annoyed because I was like, why did he kidnap the lady? I don't understand.
Same.
But then literally thought that in the next scene, it's like, oh, because she has to drive the car to this place because he doesn't know where it is. Okay, fine. Good. I get it now. But then they get there and he's like, you're coming with me. She's like, why? No, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, because I need to eat something. And I was like, oh.
Yep.
Okay, you explain. Like, now I get it, you know? Like, it wasn't just like, I'm kidnapping a lady because it's a lady. Like, the movie was like, we'll explain. Don't worry.
Loved it.
Thank you, movie. Appreciate that.
The one thing that I don't think can be explained and annoyed me, because I thought this movie was pure perfection until the true end with the National Enquirers of Tommy Lee Jones waking up from a 30-year coma. Where is his body in this coma? Does he have a fake body? Did he clone himself to another body? What?
Maybe they just neuralized like a bunch of doctors and then like placed Tommy there and was like, look, he woke up. What a day. Like, who knows, Bridge? I mean, the possibilities are endless with this technology.
They were so good. I felt like that was a little weak. I was like, really? Why can't it be like lost man found from the woods, living out of the woods? You know?
He was just wandering in the woods.
Well, he got
for
like stuck in
years.
the woods or something. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah. They made some sequels to this, and my understanding was they were not good.
Really?
Yeah, I think there's a 2 and a 3, and then they try to do kind of like a reboot with Chris Hemsworth, who I love because he's the hottest person on this planet, let's be honest.
Whoa.
He might be an alien. Whew.
Woo.
But I don't think it got good reviews, and I don't think the sequels got received pretty well, because I got the sense it was just kind of like, we're gonna keep using the same stuff.
Yeah.
But like be more annoying. And you're like, no, don't do that.
I don't know what they like call this genre, but like a duo movie, like a ragtag movie.
Like a buddy cop.
A buddy cop. This is the #1 highest grossing duo movie.
Oh, wow.
But I need to look up if like other Men in Blacks came close to it.
I do not think they were anywhere close.
Huh.
Yeah. I mean, do you even think for yourself? You haven't seen any, right?
No.
Yeah, so that's kind of...
Or if I did, I don't remember it.
I feel like I saw maybe part of Men in Black 2, and I was like,
Oh, wow. These didn't do that great.
No.
Well, interesting. The first one made, 200, worldwide, 587 million in 1997.
Wow.
But Men in Black 2, this is kind of incredible, made 441 million, and Men in Black 3 made more than the first, with 654 million, but that's like 2002, 2012, so.
Well, I was gonna say, you have to like consider inflation. I feel like that plays a big part. Just naturally, movies now make more money because it's now as compared to.
This tells me that Men in Black 3 is worth watching versus the other ones.
All right, well, maybe I will have to check that out and decide for myself. Anyway, I just feel like this movie was so entertaining, and it just, I mean, even though it is sci-fi, I don't feel like you have to love sci-fi to like it, you know? Because, like you said, it is like a buddy cop, and we got 2 different personalities, and we're watching them interact and get along, and that's fun. And then it's, you know, we have a mission. We have to, like, save the planet. But apparently the planet is gonna blow up every day, according to Agent K.
Just read the, like, what are those papers called?
It is like the National Enquirer.
National Enquirer. Like, you just
the
gotta
tabloids.
read. I mean, it could, like, I don't know.
It's like Perez Hilton and TMZ. You're like, this is run by aliens.
I have people that swear by TMZ. They're like, TMZ is like a better news source than anything ever because they get it first. Not necessarily that they cover the best stuff. It's just that like people tell them first, which is kind of wild.
Either they tell them or they're creeping, which I don't appreciate.
Ew.
I don't like that.
Best ending ever was all of a sudden the Will Smith song comes on and you're like, ooh, do, 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 Oh.
So good.
So good.
This was a great pick.
Listen, audience, all you listeners, watch it. You should watch this. I almost feel like we need to do this new segment in our movie reviews where we suggest watch it or don't watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes we could say, like, listen, I loved a movie, but, like, I don't know if I'd watch it again. Where when I think of my world, okay, to be nerdy in, like, product development world, you have to always kind of guess, will someone want this? Will someone not? And when you interview people, a good question to ask is, would you buy it? Because typically, like, they eventually tell you the truth. Sometimes they're just being nice to you. And I feel like we need to have like a would you buy it or would you watch it moment. I would totally watch this again. Where some movies I loved, I don't know. I mean, like we're reviewing it, so I watched it, but I would watch this again.
Yeah, I would definitely watch this again. And I would want to watch it and like show it to someone who's never seen it because that's always fun.
Oh.
It's fun when you do that with like a good movie, you know?
Yes.
Well, Bridge, I will tell you that if you were walking through the woods at night with a bouquet of flowers to bring to Moe's and you got ambushed by weird aliens and the Men in Black said, now we're going to adopt you, I would say, adopt me too. So we can be part of
We're going to be sisters in black.
Sisters in Ooh, that sounds like a horror movie, actually.
I love it. I love that.
I love it, I love it, I love it.
I would too. Thanks, Kate. Thanks for being a good partner, a good duo. Good ragtag team.
Oh, yeah, that's putting it one way.
I feel like there's a part of me that thinks I would probably be Will Smith in our scenario, but then there's a part of me in moments that you might be. Like, we would switch off.
Yeah, I think we would definitely switch. Switch off.
Depending on the moment.
Like, too often, and everyone's like, we don't know. We don't know what's happening. We don't know where we're
They're
going.
like, we don't know who the calm person and who the non-calm person.
What's happening? Oh, boy. All right, well, you picked Men in Black for us, and now I get to pick a movie for you.
Okay, I'm on the edge of my seat with my Ray-Bans on.
All right, well, this is a totally different genre.
Oh!
We haven't been in this genre in a while.
Oh.
And it's one of your favorite genres. We're doing kind of a romance. Well, it's like a rom-com.
Okay.
Yeah. So I thought, this episode, it will be out in November. And in November, we have a very big holiday that many Americans celebrate. Thanksgiving. And at Thanksgiving, you're usually hanging around a lot of family. So we are going to watch a rom-com that has many characters who are in the same family. We're gonna watch from 2002, My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Yes! That's awesome. I love how also Honey or Maddie barked
it was
as
Honey.
you were like, I have family, and Maddie's like, that's up, it's me.
She's like, woohoo! I know.
This movie is a great movie.
Yes.
Oh my
So
god.
funny.
Didn't you think I was like quoting this, I don't know, a couple episodes ago that you were like, were you trying to be?
That might have subtly also been in my brain. Because, yes, you're 100% right.
Oh god, I love it. I don't know how this will hold up. I'm intrigued. When was that movie made?
2002.
Wow. That's a long time ago.
I can't remember the last time I sat and fully watched it because it's on like TV every now and then. So sometimes it's like you go in and out. But yeah, it's a very quotable movie. This might be a Napoleon Dynamite one. I'm just saying.
Oh my god. I also remember when this came out, everyone's like, wow, people from Greece, different cultures, what a movie, and you're like, oh, we're the worst. Like, can you believe it? Like, no one's ever done a movie like this. It's like, well, it's just the US not watching, like, any foreign films,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god. I love it.
Yeah.
Great pick.
Going romance.
And Tula. And,
Tula?
what was it? And then I had a twin. It was a twin on my neck.
'Twas a lump. Inside the lump was my twin. Yep.
They found teeth and a head.
And the spinal cord. Yep.
Spinal cord.
I'm telling you, this movie is so quotable.
Oh,
There's
going to
be a lot of bad accents next
Yeah.
week. So sorry about it.
Yeah.
Again, we're laughing with you, not at you. Right, people? Okay.
We're laughing at ourselves because that was ridiculous.
That's always the case. Let's be real.
This is great. Men in Black, kudos to you.
I love it, I love it.
I love it. I love you.
I love you.
Sisters in Black, let's do it.
Sisters in Black. It's not a horror movie. We don't think. It could be. Who knows? No one knows. And listeners, if you like us, which again, we are sisters who've seen it / the Sisters in Black now. We've adopted that, apparently. If you like us, please leave us a review. We love reviews. We love nice reviews on Apple Podcasts and probably other podcasting places you can do that. You can't do it on Spotify, though. It's kind of stupid.
I do check the Apple one because that's the one people use the most, right?
Yeah, it definitely is, but let us know what you guys think.
Yeah, and tell us what you do like, because then we can repeat those things versus just saying what you don't like, because I think that would just make me and Katie sad.
So, and listeners, we have an email address. Woo! So if you would like to send us a personal email to tell us how much you love us, or to perhaps tell us your fun alien/Men in Black story, I seriously would love that, guys.
Wait.
This is not a true crime podcast, but like, I'm ready.
I would love to hear alien stories.
Wait, me too.
Wait, how like light reflected off of Venus on a gas leak. What was the thing they'd always say
What?
in the movie? You know,
Oh,
like,
swamp
swamp
gas?
gas off of a light reflected from Venus.
Oh my god. Yeah. So our email address that you can reach us at is sisterswhoseenit@gmail.com. All put in together there. So feel free to email us. We would love to hear from you. We would love to hear what you like, what you would like to see, and all that fun stuff. And then we can get back to you.
And if you do have criticisms, we prefer an email and not on the ratings. Am I right? Because we want to improve. It's about progress, okay?
This is correct. I would also like to add, if you're going to email us and you love us, I'm going to cut, copy, paste that and turn it into a review, because that, I think, is subliminally what you were trying to tell me you wanted to do, but you accidentally put it in an email. So just so we're all on the same page, that's how that's going to be handled. All right? We love you guys.
Love you.
All right. We'll see y'all next week for the wedding, the big fat Greek wedding, if you will.
Kate, this was out of this world.
Ah!
If you will, intergalactic, planetary. Ooh! Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I'm thrilled. Let's go. Big fat Greek wedding. See you then.
See you then.
Bye, Tula.
Bye.
Love ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning in to Sisters Who's Seen It. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Stitcher, among other podcasting websites. Or listen on our website at sisterswhoseenit.buzzsprout.com. Also, follow us on Twitter at sisterswhoseen and on Instagram at sisterswhoseenit, all spaced with underscores. See you next week.